These cubs are the latest additions to the largest group of captive giant pandas in the world. Around 7 months old, they were bred in a desperate bid to save the species from extinction. But there are still too few pandas. As the mating season begins, at least 15 more cubs must be conceived this year alone if the species is to survive. And time is not on their side. China's Conservation and Research Centre was set up at Wulong in Sichuan province in the 1980s at a critical time for wild pandas. Their precious bamboo began to flower and became inedible.
83年左右吧，那个时候由于这个建筑开花，很多这个大熊猫没有食物。 那么就它们非常的面临非常大的生活方面有很大的威胁。那个时候我们抢救了很多大熊猫，我们的研究工作也从那个时候就逐步的推开了。
The work seemed straightforward. The plan was to rescue starving wild pandas and then breed more pandas from them. But this seemingly simple task took a long time to achieve, and it wasn't until 20 years later that Wulong witnessed the fruits of successful breeding. In 2006, a record-breaking 18 panda cubs were produced. The following year, another 14 panda cubs were born. There are now more than 60 pandas at the centre, and another 80 live at zoos and research centres in China and abroad. But even though Wulong is full to capacity, there still aren't enough captive pandas.
每年都有至少在15只以上这么数的增加，但是从我们来看，从我们国际国的专家我们共同探讨的结果来看，就是说我们要保持这个圈养物种达到一个稳定的状态，我们需要达到一个300只的水平。达到300只什么意思呢？就能保存这个物种。 我相信我们在这种繁殖的速度下，我相信还有7到8年时间来达到一个300只的水平。
So the race goes on. Contrary to popular belief, wild pandas breed as easily as any other bear. But captive pandas have always been a problem, even here at Wulong. Only about a quarter of pandas are able to go into estrus naturally, and only 1 in 10 male pandas are able to mate naturally. And they have precious little time to do so.
我们是这样的，熊猫交配实际上这个时间是很短的。你刚才说的3天还不尽然，有些熊猫可能是3天，比如说那种刚刚性成熟的熊猫时间长一点，但是有些熊猫，比如说岁数大一点的熊猫，年龄比较长一点的熊猫，交配时间可能只有2个小时，是非常非常紧急的。
As this year's mating season starts at Wulong, the pressure mounts. It's almost the end of March. There are 16 females already in estrus. Merely 3 mating males, only 8 breeding pens available, and just a few days to get the job done. And those aren't the only problems. Pandas are just as particular about their partners as humans.
当然，这个里面也很复杂的。我跟你说，雌性的熊猫性选择非常黏的，就是它喜欢这个熊猫，它不喜欢另外一只。你明明从遗传管理，我就不让它配种，但是这个雌性我不喜欢它，我要选择它。这个情况也是很难的。这熊猫的性选择是双方的，有时候雄性呢选择雌性，但是有时候雌性也选择雄性。
And saving the species can sometimes be thwarted by the simple fact that some pandas can't stand the sight of each other. It's day 1 of Wulong's annual breeding bonanza. On the male team are 3 wild-caught pandas, Wugung, Ling Ling, and of course Wulong's star stud, Lulu. Their wild genes are crucial to the breeding program, as many of the females are captive bred. The 3 males are expected to service all the females currently in estrus, but the limited number of breeding pens means there's only room for 5 females at any one time. They constantly have to be moved into position, in and out of different pens, while the males stay put. One of the first females to show signs of readiness is 13-year-old Fei Fei, whose name means concubine. She makes her feelings and heightened hormonal state as plain as her name.
它成阴，让它成阴下水，我下一次，下水产生，但你走动比较快，你要本在系统好哦，你就。
As in any proper relationship, the couple have to be formally introduced before matters can be taken any further. Wugung, as the first potential suitor, is kept indoors initially, so that both parties can have a risk-free mutual assessment.
表现是有兴趣啊，就是可能应该是在处于中期。
Fei Fei's behaviour makes it impossible for anyone to ignore. Except, it seems, Wugung. His mind is clearly focused on higher things, such as his stomach.
吴刚他肯定，吴刚本来这个猫啊，判断的要晚一些，他一般在雌性到高潮以后，他才会有反应，他不会说是。 雌性刚起来它就有反应，它不像有些猫那么兴奋。吴刚你来它慢一些，从去年子以内，看到它都是喜欢陪最后头。就是。
But Fei Fei simply doesn't have the luxury of waiting for Wugung to finish his dinner. Her estrogen level is peaking and will soon dip again. She will be at her most fertile and must find a more reliable mate quickly.
没，露露要德行还是可以让它走。
哦，露露可以。
哦，露露有那个就可以，没得问题。
我刚。
其实那个露露的血缘还是好的嘛。只要露露喜欢，只要发出羊叫声就可以放。就害怕不出羊叫声，不出羊叫声非打不可。
But the first problem is to get Lulu indoors before Fei Fei can safely enter his den.